Hey guys, it's David here again. Welcome back to the channel. And if you saw my introductory channel, it's a YouTube short, so check it out. And for those who don't know, you've stumbled upon this channel is about how me and you can learn to go on a journey to accept ourselves and who we are in a biblical way, but just basically to accept ourselves. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with telling my story, but in a summarized version. And then I think for future videos, I'm going to go into them in each detail. So we'll just go ahead. I'm just going to try that out, see how it goes. So I'll go ahead and get started. I got my iPad right here. So if you see me looking down, that's the reason why. So growing up, I could say I was a weird kid. And by that, I mean weird in a good way. You see, I didn't know this till I almost graduated high school, but apparently when I went to see a doctor or specialist or something, I'm not really sure who it was I seen, but they didn't really fully diagnose me on this. Apparently this doctor thought that I have Asperger's syndrome. Now, what that is a condition on the autism spectrum, but you're generally higher functioning on the person who is, I would say, is very autistic. The only thing is, a person with Asperger's has trouble socializing and communicating with people. Like growing up, I wouldn't play with other kids. I would like to play by myself. And if it was time to go home from a birthday party, I'd be like, okay, good, I'm ready to go. And then other kids who wouldn't want to go home at all. I wasn't really talking very well. In fact, I was speaking gibberish so much that I had to go to speech therapy classes to help me talk. Now, to move the pace a little quicker. There were times my friends / classmates would think I was weird in a good way, but they accepted me for who I was. But unfortunately, there were times I was bullied in middle and high school. I don't really remember majority of being bullied in school, which I am not complaining about one bit. But other than that, I did have a pretty good life, especially during my senior year in high school. Made more friends. I was making more friends. I was doing my best to enjoy my last year in high school. However, things took a turn during close to my graduation. You see, I ended up developing a crush on a girl who I was in the same class with. Now, I'm not going to go into any details of what led to that situation or how that situation ended, but I will say this. Every time I saw her, like from a distance, I would get really bad anxiety, which would almost lead me into a panic attack or get very emotional about it. And that's how I began to believe a lie that I was scared of women, like, in general. And I'll explain how I found out and overcame that lie sometime in a later video. So anyway, fast forward to 2016, I went to Western Kentucky University, or also known as WKU, in Bowling Green, Kentucky. I was excited to go there, but I didn't end up liking it. I actually ended up hating it up there, which led me to feel hopeless, and I failed because that was the only thing I had planned in my life. But fortunately for me, that was the year I became a Christian. I got saved at a church my sister went to and brought our family to the church during my high school years. Now, when I got saved, I really thought everything was going to be sunshine and rainbows, and nothing bad was going to ever happen to me. Boy, did I have a lot to learn. Anyway, for the next 6 years, I went to a couple churches. During that time period, I had my good days and my bad days. But there were some things that were not healthy for me at those churches I went to. So in 2022, I ended up going to Abundant Grace Fellowship in Madisonville, where my aunt is the pastor of that church. And I still go there and will still go there unless God leads me to go somewhere else. Now, in the beginning of the year, in about late January, our church is still going through a rough season right now. My uncle, also my aunt's husband, passed away. And the next day after my uncle's funeral, what shocked me was sorry, I lost my place. Then a friend of mine, that I was very close with, passed away the next day after my uncle's funeral. What shocked me was I saw her at the funeral, and that hit me hard. So now I'm going through the grief process with my therapist. Now, what led me to do this channel to help us go on a journey together for accepting ourselves is we have a thing called our word from God for the year of 2025. At first, I thought it was relaxing or stepping up. But then after some thinking, I realized that it was acceptance. And that is what led me to create this channel. So that's a summarized version. I will go into detail in some parts of it later down the road. So I really hope you enjoyed it. So if you like this video, like it, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And remember, we can go on a journey together to accept ourselves. God bless you. Have a blessed day.